In today's episode of Banterpeneurs, Laura talks about her plumbing problems.
Lindsay reveals how she breaks her own business boundaries.
And Mrs. Tagliatelle helps a caller deal with their bad boundary-breaking client.
Solopreneurs, come on down! Unpacking all your business woes on the go. Your queens of business banter, Laura and Lindsay. You're in for a hilarious half hour of unconventional, unpredictable, unadulterated solopreneur shenanigans, jam-packed with pearls of wisdom and actionable aha moments. Let's get ready to banter!
Welcome everybody to Banterpreneurs. She's Laura. She's a professional speaker and a performance guru, and she's using a rabbitoh's tissue. If that means anything to you.
I wonder what you're going to say. She's using a rabbit. Whoa, too much information, my friend.
No, it's too early in the show yet. It's too early.
Oh, okay, my bad. Anywho, she is Lindsay. She's a creativity coach and improv teacher, and she is sitting down today because she's hurt her back for reasons that we will not disclose.
Yes, and I don't like that because I hate no resolution. I hate not knowing like why something's happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Actually, that's not a bad segue into what we're going to talk about.
Oh, well done. That's
look
a
at
very
that.
good segue.
That's amazing,
I know.
right?
My mind was like so stuck in the gutter just then. I'm glad you just like switched me out of it. So thanks for that. I'd gone down a gutter hole.
Yeah, well, it's not unusual. Look, before we do go on, I just want to say you may hear baby magpies, you may hear council people doing like cutting trees. This stuff may be in the background. So I'm just going to say that. But I also want to know, like, what is a rabbitoh's tissue? That's what I want to know.
I know. Well, I didn't want to use toilet paper because I always get a sweaty upper lip during this show. In my excitement, like liquid comes out of me in different places.
Right.
And I thought, well, toilet paper is not very professional for those watching us on YouTube. So the only tissue that was available to me was a colleague here in the office who's a massive Rabbitohs fan and even has a box of tissues branded as rabbitohs, if I say it in English.
Rabbitohs.
Rabbitohs. I must support the Rabbitohs this weekend in exchange for tissue.
Oh, right. There was some bartering going on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just agreed because I don't really know what he's talking about anyway. So I was like, sure thing.
For anyone who's not in Australia or in fact not in Sydney, the Rabbitohs is a rugby league team. Am I correct?
Yeah. I was going to say, and also for those who don't care about footy.
Yeah. Although, you know, we won't say that out loud too much. Australia is a sporting nation after all.
Oh, yeah, mate, yeah.
So I was saying I don't like no resolution and like I don't have any resolution about my back because I have been working out, like doing a new routine, and I think maybe I've just gone a little bit crazy with burpees. It's probably not the time to go over the top with that kind of stuff because it's been a while since I exercised.
Well,
the basics.
Do you know what you need to do, my friend? Is you need to go and listen to our podcast called All or Something.
Oh, yes.
Because I think you've gone all or nothing. Take your own advice, love.
I do. Okay, great. I'll do that, definitely. So talk to me. What's going on?
Yes. So I today wanted to talk about shit clients, retiring clients. I know it's a very difficult situation that us solopreneurs come up against. The reason I want to talk about it is because my plumber has ghosted me.
What?
It's actually really upsetting me. So I'm hoping by talking about it today, I can get a resolution. I don't know why, Lindsay, he's ghosted me. He did all this work for us, like he put 2 new bathrooms in for us, did all this stuff in our new house, put all this stuff in our back garden. Like, we've paid him a lot of money for the work. He did a bloody good job. We'd always have lovely conversations. And then all of a sudden he just stopped replying to my messages, to my phone calls, same to my husband.
Okay, he's not dead, right?
Apparently not, no, because he's a friend of a friend. So I have inquired.
So you know he's not dead. All right.
I did also hear on the grapevine that he was a bit stressed. And so he was, not having as many clients. I don't know if that's BS or if that's the truth. So me being me, I reached out to him and said, mate, if you want to go have a coffee and talk about, what's going on. I can help you with that. That's what I do. I'd love to be able to, have a conversation with you, give you some pointers. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know what I've done. What could I possibly have done?
Okay, look, I'll tell you the thing. This is a secret, okay? I'm going to, should I really say this? Because people are going to know. No, they're going to know my magic now. Okay, so if with me, if people like don't get back to me, then I say, I just go, "Are you okay?" ?
Does it work?
Usually, and then I don't know why, and then I'll just say, "I'm really worried about you. Are you okay?" ? And it seems to work.
But can you do that to a plumber? Have you ever done that to a tradie?
Look, don't get me started on tradies. I can't say I have. So I reckon that maybe they're immune. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't done that, and that might seem a bit weird because the thing is, like, how close are you though?
Well, he's a friend of a friend, so we've been to a couple of social occasions together as well in the past.
And you can't remember anything like getting drunk, dancing on a table naked, or hitting on him, or any like any.
No, I'm married, darling. No, if anything, you've frozen. Oh no, you're back.
I know. The internet just went weird there for a minute.
Okay,
it was so,
that's all right.
It was so offended by that proposition that it just,
It was like, shut down. She's gone crazy. She's talking crazy shit. Anyway, we're back. No, because the last few times I've been out with him, I haven't even been drinking. And
I haven't even been drinking.
Hello.
I love it how that's like, okay, that'd be normal, but I wasn't even drinking. Okay.
I sound like I'm about 18 now, don't I?
You know, when I was at the club with the plumber and I wasn't even drinking.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I mean, God, I didn't even do drugs, so I don't even know what his problem is, okay?
Yeah, hello. So none of that happened.
I wasn't shooting up, okay? So I don't know what the...
I don't know. So anyway, I don't know. So the thing that I have a problem with is I want to know, was I a shit client?
Okay, look, one, I wasn't there, so I can't tell you. Two, can I just say that, and I don't know whether, like, this is going to make it worse for you, but I'm not sure that you like should have like said that you can help him.
Well, that's just me reaching out and being nice. That's fine. He'd already ghosted me, so fuck it. I have a nice, clear conscience that I've given someone a.
So how many ghosts are we talking about here? Like, is this a haunting? Like what? Like how many ghosting episodes are we talking about?
My husband's trying to contact him heaps as well because he did all the plumbing at the restaurants also. So he I want to say it's getting up for like 10 times or something. It's a lot. So anyway, look, I won't bang on about it because we're never going to find the
some
answer.
People, they're not assertive.
Oh, he's definitely not assertive. That is
well, it could be that. He's like a nice guy in quotation marks.
Yeah. Massive quotation marks because it's not nice to ghost someone.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying a lot of nice in quotation marks, doing the air quotes, which we do so often on this show.
Yes.
With this nice thing, a lot of people who are nice find it very hard to like confrontation hard or assertiveness hard, and the ability to sort of just tell the truth. And I have had this situation before, but more in a personal sense, where I was best friends with someone for years and years and years. Then we didn't see each other. Then we sort of saw each other. Then and then the last time I saw them, it was all good. And then for some reason, just a couple of months went by. I messaged them. They didn't message back. I thought, okay, well, message them again. And it ended up I had to just go, listen, I'm getting the message that you don't want to be in contact with me right now. If you do not answer this message, then that is my clarification that you do not want to be in contact with me. Oh. Actually, I've done that twice, and both times they didn't get back in contact. So obviously it is supposed to be, we're supposed to read into this rudeness.
Yes. Okay.
you know.
Well, so that's my point, right? So I think that is a terrible way to be in business, particularly, also in life. Like if we could all just be frigging upfront about where we're at, we'd all be better off for it. And so I think that's the thing that's pissed me off as well. Like, just contact me and say, I can't do your work, or I don't want to do your work. Okay, fine, I got it.
Or even lie.
Yeah.
Like, even lie. Just go, listen, I've got too much work on. I can't do anymore, but thanks for your concern. Like, that's it, man. Like, how hard is it? It's not that hard, is it?
I know. So that's what gives me the shits. And I do see this from, I was going to say from the back end. I said it.
Oh, you said it. Yeah, you said
it. Of business a lot as well, where the business, that's the situation the business owners are in, is they don't, they don't like working with the client for whatever reason. The client is a pain in the ass. It's not really worth their time having them as a client anymore. But then they go into this massive trauma around what to do about it. Usually I find a lot of business owners will continue to put up with the shit for way longer than they have to.
They should. Yeah. Got to nip it in the bud, man. You got to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
Nip it in the bud, man. Nip it in the bud. Because if you continue, it's going to be crud, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, come on.
We're in our street t-shirts today. We're bad.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We're streetwise. Yeah, totally. I recently actually had a situation where just sort of by accident, a person ended up coming to a class that was a bit sort of beyond them. And I take full responsibility, or at least partial responsibility, for not being clear, okay, this particular class is this level. So you need to have done this, this, and this before you can do this thing. And this person because they weren't used to the sort of level that was expected in this class, they were doing sort of like, I don't want to say there's no mistakes in improv, but stuff that would just like makes it harder for everybody else to play with them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it took me about 3-4 days, and I'm pretty good with like calling people out and saying, listen, this is the thing. It took me a few days, and I really sort of wrestled with it. Oh, maybe I'm being too judgmental. Maybe this, and it's like, now hang on, this is your rule though.
Yeah,
like I wrote this rule. Right? You got to be this thing to do this thing, and then it's kind of like, yeah, but he's a really nice guy. Yeah, so's everyone. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So even in that sense, that you make these kind of boundaries for yourself, or you make these kind of, like in my sense, levels that people need to be at to get to the next level. And then, like I'm second guessing myself about my own policy.
Yes. Okay.
It's like
two things have come up for me in what you just said that I think would be helpful for our listeners / us.
Yeah. It's really about us people.
It's all about us people. The sooner you get that, the sooner we're all going to get along.
Yeah.
Number one is expectations, right? So I think quite often we're not clear on our expectations for ourselves, but most importantly, number two, we don't communicate that to our clients. So first of all, we've got to be clear so that we take on the right clients in the first place. And then number two, once we take them on, we have to be clear what our expectations are of them. And we want to know what their expectations are of us from the beginning. So then during the relationship, if they're not met on either side, you then have the opportunity to have an easier conversation because you've already spoken about it. We call it, as you know, pre-framing in the coaching world. And then, so it's easier to pick each other up and go, well, I said this at the beginning. Well, at the moment, it's not where it should be. So what can we do to get it there? So it makes those conversations easier. And the second thing, I almost forgot, but it came back to me, is detaching ourselves a little bit. So you were wrestling with that because you were getting emotionally involved.
I was getting caught in the nice trap, Laura.
Yes.
In the nice trap. I'm doing the air quotes. Don't want to not be nice to people. Oh my God.
I know. Well, we used to use in the gyms. We used to use NICE as an acronym which stood for Nothing Inside Cares Enough. And so actually, if you're being nice and not giving people the truth and being upfront, you're not actually helping either person, because either person isn't going to get what they need from the situation and the relationship. But I think, again, that's something we need to remember in these situations is it is business, right? Like you have your rule, they have to do the levels, not because you just randomly decided that, because in order for them to get the best value, that's what they need.
Of experimentation and going, this works, this doesn't work,
exactly. So I think that's the second thing, is just going, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Why am I finding this difficult? Is it because they are actually okay, but there's some things that need to change, I need to have a conversation? Or is it that, there's an emotional thing going on, therefore I need to detach myself and just do what has to be done to get the result for both parties?
Yeah, so it's sort of like we've got two sides of the coin here. So you've got the sort of ghoster and the ghostee or whatever. So you've got the person who's not assertive enough to put the boundaries down and say, listen, this isn't right for me. And then the other person that could probably be on the receiving end of you not being assertive, and what that means. And also, like you said as well, so it's business, and then you've got your policy, and this is what you do, and then you get trapped into this, air quotes, nice thing. I think all of that probably stems from, and we've spoken about this before, we've promised there's going to be an episode on this, we haven't done it yet.
What?
Being liked.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So yes. And there is that thing, because if people don't like you, well, then you're sort of in exile.
Yeah, you're rejected, which is like one of our fundamental fears as human beings. Yeah, exactly. Which is ironic, because if he'd have just been upfront and put his emotions aside, because I suspect his emotions were he didn't want to upset me.
Yes, yeah. Well, he's a nice guy.
And actually been honest, then everything would be fine. But in not being upfront and in not wanting to upset me, he's upset me.
Yes.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly what happens. And like I said before, you've got to nip it in the bud. Like as soon as that shit starts, because even with this client that I had, it's kind of like I could feel the rumblings of this is going to be a problem. This is really going to be a problem for me. Like I really need to just sort this shit out.
And how did they take it when you did?
Yeah, fine. And also I made sure that I said to him, listen, this has got nothing to do with you personally. This is just the policy, and this is just like I'm taking the responsibility here because I should have been upfront about it. I should have, whatever. And he was fine. Yeah, he was fine. It was just complicated because it was another client that is a long-term client that kind of brought him in. Yeah, and so then there was this other person that we had to kind of go, listen, you kind of got this person to come without sort of asking me, and so it was quite sort of involved. Now it's all sorted, but it is sorted because I did make that decision. This cannot go on another day. I need to get clear in my own mind, what do I want from this, and what does my business need in this situation?
Yeah, absolutely, and it won't happen again. And I think you've struck on another thing, which I think is that's helpful, is to know what your outcomes are and make your decision based on that. So your outcome is to deliver an amazing experience for people so that they can learn and grow in improv. And you're not able to do that if this person is coming in at the wrong level. Yeah.
And not to mention there's a selfish reason as well. Because I find that if I know everybody's not on that same level and they don't know that language that they're talking with each other, that's sort of kind of like an improv language, it makes sense. If you've done improv, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yes, and there's certain things that you have as a language. It's harder for me. It's hard work for me because I've got
to try and keep it all together.
I've got to try and like even the playing field and do this, and I'm working harder, and it's kind of like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You hear that, everyone? I don't want to work harder.
She doesn't like working hard, and newsflash, neither do I. Newsflash, neither do any of you. Let's all admit that as well.
Honest. Just be honest about it. Yeah.
Well, look, why don't we see if we've got an expert, a caller? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but why don't we go speak to the producers and see if we've got anyone that can help, anyone that's got a similar situation, and keep the dream alive. You want me to wear the headphones, but I don't like the headphones. It is not good for my hair, eh? Allora, we are rolling. Hello, my name is Mrs. Tagliatelle, and I am here today to take a call from a caller. Hello, is there anybody there? How do I answer this? Help me. Here we go. Pronto?
Hi, it's Elizabeth Nesbitt here. Lovely to speak to you, Mrs. Tagliatelle. I have a bit of a problem. I'm a bit upset about it, actually.
Oh, allora, no, not to cry. I cannot understand if you cry, eh?
Okay.
Use the tissue and tell me what is the problem.
Well, as I said, my name is Elizabeth Nesbitt. I have a graphic art company called Art Attack. And
I like.
Oh, that's nice that you like it. Thank you, Mrs. Tagliatelle. Oh, I just got to take a breath. I'm just so stressed out about this.
Yes, darling, please take a breath, okay? Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere in this call.
Okay, so as I said, I'm an artist. I'm a graphic artist, and I have a lot of clients, and I have a big client at the moment.
Oh.
And they bought one of my packages, and in part of the package, they get to see the artwork, and then they do feedback on it, and they get like one look at that, and then a change, like for that price, and any other changes, it's more expensive. And so this particular client, they're a very big client. I don't want to lose them, but it's 3 times it's gone back and forth now, and it's really upsetting because they're kind of disrespecting my time. I feel.
Oh no! We cannot take the disrespect. If we do not have the respect, we have nothing, Elizabeth. Nothing.
Yes, true, and I'm not sure what to say about it. And I've done the other two revisions, and that wasn't part of the package price. And now what have I done? Now they're going to think that they can just sort of send me more. She's talking about sending me another revision.
Okay, Elizabeth, I like you, but you have to stop, okay? Because you are being too emotional. We are talking about the business, okay? I say this because I want to help you, okay? So you have to get this shit together, okay, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Tell me, what do you want to achieve in your business, in your graphic art business? What do you want?
Well, I really want a sustainable business because I'm an artist and I do my own art, like in exhibitions and things like that. But this is what sort of funds that, as with a lot of creative people, we need to have something that's sustainable, and graphic art is sustainable because a lot of people need art, and so yes, that I would like it to be sustainable, and I don't feel like I'm in a place of sustenance right now because they're just taking advantage.
Allora, okay, so you want to have this business so that you can actually do the art that you want.
Yes.
Is this correct? Okay, and what else does this give you in your life? You can do the art that you want, but does it give you something else, something for the family maybe, or a lifestyle, or what is the point of making the money?
Well, because I'm practically unhireable. I can't do 9 to 5. I just can't do that. I have my own hours when I do my graphic artistry. I can start whenever I want. I'm a night person. I need to work at night, but I don't want to stack shelves somewhere or something like that. So
okay. So you want to sell the art that you love, and you want the lifestyle. So you have the flexibility.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, Elizabeth, if you are to keep being emotional, to keep being disrespected, to not speak, to not have your voice with these clients? Are you going to be able to sell the art and have the lifestyle that you want to have?
No, I don't think so. And it's interesting that you said my voice. Yes, I do feel voiceless, and I feel like I'm not standing up for myself. Oh, that's interesting.
Allora, but you have the voice with me, no? You have a voice. You just have to use it in the right place, no?
Yes. Yes, I think I could. Well, I could show them the original contract, and I could just bill them for those extra hours. Surely I could do that because it was in the contract that they signed.
Esatto. And then next time with another client, what will you do? How will things be different?
Well, I think I'm going to be a lot more upfront about the fact that if there are revisions, that they are paid for, and just, tell them that this is my time and it's very, important, and that it does take a while to get the perfect product, but it's always worth it in the end.
Esatto. This is perfetto, Elizabeth. So I want you to remember, okay, when you have the conversation, you put the emotional Elizabeth aside and you remember, I have a voice. I spoke to Mrs. Tagliatelle with my voice. I know I have the voice. I know that I wanted to make my art. I wanted the lifestyle that I want. So I'm going to look at the facts. The facts are in the contract. This is what we said. I'm going to tell them about the facts, and I'm going to show them the facts of where we're at now. And then I'm going to say to them, we need to rectify this so that we can all win in this situation, because that is what you want. No?
Yeah, yes. And it's just occurred to me as well that, perhaps it's not as big a deal for them as I think it is. It's more that it's my big deal, and they would just probably pay it if I asked them for it.
Esattamente. And allora you will never know unless you ask.
Yes, Mrs. Tagliatelle.
Okay, so tell me, Elizabeth, what will you do now?
Well, I'm going to invoice them.
And are you going to speak to them, or you just send the invoice?
Well, I'm going to send the invoice, and I'm going to send an email explaining that, that those extra hours are not part of the contract. And if they want to talk to me, they can call me.
Perfetto. You have the things in the writing, but then you open the door for the conversation, which means you open the door for the relationship. And business is all about the relationship. And in order to have a good relationship, you have to be open, no?
Yes. I'm not very good at relationships, so yes.
Well, we will talk about this at another time, But you can practice right now with this example.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Tagliatelle.
I'm so happy, Elizabeth.
Me too. Thank you.
I'll speak to you soon, okay?
Bye.
Ciao, Bella. Ciao.
Oh, God, that was
intense.
hardcore.
That was intense.
Yeah.
So
not Mrs. Tagliatelle.
Oh no, she's
great.
She
was amazing. Yeah,
I'm happy we at least caught the tail end of her, but
we did.
Yeah, sorry guys, we weren't present at that time because, well, probably by now how much Lindsay loves to go to the toilet.
I love the toilet, man. I love it.
And unfortunately, due to her current back situation, she got a little bit stuck.
Yeah.
So we're not in the same place, again, which you probably know that. So I've just virtually coached her off the bog, basically.
Yeah. So the WhatsApp call happened, and I can't get up. And she told me what muscles to use to basically get me out of that situation. And then by that stage, Mrs. Tagliatelle was on a roll. We're like, we can't interrupt.
We cannot interject because she actually doesn't like it if we do that. Anyway,
she's scary too. She's scary. So you don't want to.
No, but we did catch the tail end of what she said, which sounded excellent as always. Yeah. And I loved actually that we had a caller who was in the creative world, because that was going through my mind while we were talking. Because as you know, as others may not know, I've also worked in marketing agencies and as a copywriter. So I've seen with the with the creatives, and I know this is a lot of our audience, solopreneurs, freelancers, that this is a big problem, is having the shitty clients and not knowing what to do about them, because they expect way more than what you quote for quite often, and you end up doing way more work paid for, which was exactly Elizabeth the caller's issue. So hopefully you found some helpful shit from what Mrs. Tagliatelle had to say.
Yeah, and she did mention something about trying to sort of tone down your emotions about it.
She's very good at toning down. Well, actually, I was going to say she's good at toning down emotions, but at the same time, she tones them up. I think she gets emotional about the right things, probably.
Yes. True.
Passionate. She's passionate.
She's passionate.
Let's call it that. Yeah, exactly.
So if we had to wrap it up, what are we thinking? So there's
why don't you wrap it up with a rap? No, I won't make you do that. I won't.
I can try. When it comes to emotions, bring it down, because emotions aren't going to rule the town of your business. Must be in flow, and the only way to go is to know that if you put the boundaries down, we're coming back to rock and roll town as we come to the place, to the space where all is fine when we remember how to keep others in line.
Oh my God. That was amazing.
There you go.
I feel like
top of my dome.
I just feel like I've met a celebrity that I've always wanted. You know when you get when you get like excited to meet that's the only way I can explain the feeling. That was so good. Well done.
Oh, good. Maybe the sitting is doing well for me.
Exactly.
Sitting rapper now. Okay. So I think like the emotions. So toning down the emotions.
And toning down / even detaching, right? It's okay.
I think that's a better word. That's a better word.
Understanding when they're appropriate, right? And just coming back to the facts, right? Because when we're emotional, we're in our emotional brain and we can't make sense of anything then. We're sort of in fight or flight mode. So just going, here are the facts. And that's what this is about. That's what they signed up for. That's what I allowed them to sign up for. That's what we've got to keep front of mind. And that's basically like your crutch, if you like, your support system to have that conversation. It's just bringing it back to the facts. It's the facts that they signed up for, so they cannot deny the facts.
And also, like I said earlier with myself, like, don't breach your own policies. You know what I mean? Like, you can be your own worst enemy. Like, you know, suddenly everybody's an exception to the rule that you put in place.
Yeah, exactly. So I think coming back to what we said before is exactly that. It's knowing your expectations, but then communicating them clearly to the client at the beginning, detaching the emotions so that you can just make it all about the facts and not personal. And then, as Mrs. Tagliatelle very nicely displayed, was knowing what your outcomes are and making decisions based on them. So for Elizabeth, she wanted to be able to make and sell the art that she loves, and she wanted to be able to have a flexible lifestyle. So in order to do that, she had to bill for those hours that she'd done, but then also make sure that it didn't happen again. So she's not getting burnt out. She's got the money that she needs in order to do what she wants to do. So I think that was bloody good advice.
Yeah, I think it was good advice. And I have a question for you. Where does the ghosting plumber stand at the moment?
Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because I'm on the other side.
You're on the other side
of what we're
he
talking
hasn't
about.
Put down his expectations. Maybe you broke an expectation, didn't know it.
Yes. Well, then how can I make it right? Do you know what? I think in this situation, I've just got to let it go. Because I don't think that he is in a place where he wants to do any of the things that we're talking about now and be upfront and look at the facts. So I've just got to allow him to own that and be where he's at and just move on.
Yeah, and like you said, you can have a clear conscience because you've communicated everything that you need to communicate, and then so if you're not getting that back, well, too bad.
Too bad, man. I was like so good to do plumbing for.
Yeah, I mean, like what a great plumbing client you were. Okay,
hello, my pipes rock.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right, well that'll probably do you think?
I think so. I think that we smashed it. So people, find out those expectations and keep to them,
and stop being heaps of mosh.
Emosh, yeah. Yeah, don't be emosh.
Don't be emosh, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Then. Well, bye.
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 You've been listening to Banterpreneurs. If you have a question for us to answer on the show, submit it on our website at banterpeneurs.com. And if you liked what you heard, give us a review and share the love with a fellow business mate. See you next week for more solopreneur shenanigans.